Hello everyone, welcome back to Manga Goblin if you're joining me once again, and hello if you're joining me today. We are going to continue our series on the Guilds of Necromunda with the toll collectors from the House of Iron book, or the book which details all the Orlok. The book which details all the Orlok rules and expanded stuff. But we're just looking at the guilds at the moment, so we'll come back to other bits and pieces later. The toll collectors. They are basically the Merchants Guild, but they also control like interplanetary travel. For example, the roads between the hives, the under-hive roads, elevators going up and down the hive, all things like that. They control all of it. They're basically road wardens crossed with a merchant guild. Now, the lore about them states that Helmwar gave the Guild of Coin all this power. The Guild of Coin, or the Merchants Guild, or the Roadway Guild, depending on which part of Necromunda you're in, will oversee a lot of traffic. They'll oversee a lot of intermediary, like for example, if you want to take a shipment of iron or coal or whatever from one level to another, you have to pay the Merchants Guild basically for transportation and lift fees. So basically you have to pay them all the time, and the Orlok gang are deeply aligned with them because they're basically merchants. They're basically guards who have been given some power. So the relations between them are quite decent. However, we're going to look at them now. The stats are on the screen next to me here. The Masters of Coin are always accompanied by skinflints, who are basically measly coin counters who tally the credits gathered by their masters. So basically they're kind of like tally men. The Grovelers are basically assistants, so they're not indentured servants to the Guild of Coin. They're basically people who one day want to become a skinflint or a Master of Coin themselves. So they don't have the same rules as other guilds where they're indentured. The Master of Coin himself has the highways and byways rules, which basically means that you can get to be the aggressor in like ambush scenarios. A band apart, they only look after their own, and here to help. Again, they're not counted as part of the crew during the setup phase. They have the special rules with the hierarchy for their own. The toll collector, Master of Coin, has the leader one, the skinflint has the champion one, and the grovelers don't have any. They also have Master of Coin has Escape Artist, Overseer. Again, Overseer is only applicable to the guild people that they oversee. The Skinflint has Lilo. Both Grovelers have Lilo. Master of Coin is armed with a Las Pistol, Power Knife, Displacer Field, and Gun Skull. Skinflint is armed with a Plasma Pistol, Fighting Knife, Mesh Armor, Cult Icon. Grovelers are armed with a Fighting Knife or and a shotgun, or a fighting knife and a long rifle. They can be armed differently, so take one with a long rifle, take one with a shotgun. Long rifles are pretty decent, to be honest. Okay, so that's really looking at them. They have all the same rules as before. They treat the first testing the alliance as disquiet, but only for House Orlok. They get D6 more coins. So, for example, if you're doing a scenario where you get D6 times 10, you get 2 D6 instead of 1 D6. And that applies to all scenarios. However, again, you have to do the D6 and add your reputation. And again, you got the guard duty rule, which forces you into certain scenarios. And again, you have the thing where you must give them D3 times 10 credits. And again, guard duty limits you on missions. So Again, I don't like the way that guilds are presented in these books. I think it's a missed opportunity for them to expand Necromunda lore by having this similar thing that they had before. It's where you could have like a guilder party in Necromunda, and they had their own rules in one of the Gang War magazines, I believe. So it just feels like they've squashed some rules into these books, and a lot of them, in my opinion, don't really add much to the game. Okay, sure, you get some fighters which have some special rules, but they're often not worth the investment that you need to put into them, because you can have a champion who can have something much better. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people don't share that, but it's fine. Last book we're going to look at this time is called The House of Artifice, and we're going to look at the Promethium Guild, I believe they're called. They have the Promisium Guild, which is basically the Energy Guild, Law-Abiding Allies. Again, both of the House of Iron and the House of Artifice books, or the Olok and the Vansar books, must be lawful gangs to ally with the guilds. They aren't allying with you if you're outlaws. Strong Alliance, Disquiet again on the first tested alliance. Helm Wars, Radiance. This is the only decent thing about this guild, is that they treat plasma or flame weapons as, or any weapon with blaze trait as, basically you lose the scarce trait, or if it did not have the scarce trait, it gains the plentiful trait. That's it. That's the only decent thing about them. Romantic Conclave, it's basically the same rules as before. Roll a d6, add your reputation. 11 and below, fine. 12 or above, they won't help you. And again, limited missions, as I've gone through in the previous video. Guard duty. During the pre-battle sequence, on a 1, 2 or 3, you have to choose looters, smash and grab, caravan heist or escort mission, and that's every guild. That's every guild that you ally with. Remember that. Power tap, you must give D3 times 10 credits to the guild. Again, you have to give money to them. In my opinion, it's not worth it. Let's look at the rules. I've put the stats up here. Light in dark places, you can switch the lights off and on. That's it. That's a special rule. You get to fight in night fighting. A band apart, they look after their own. Here to help. You don't include them for fighters for certain scenarios. Special rules. Again, they have the hierarchy rules for the leader, or the Promisium Lord. The Pyromagia has the champion version, and the Cinders are indentured fighters, which means if both the Promisium Lord and the Pyromagia are taken out of action, they'll run away. Again, in my opinion, not worth it. Equipment. He's armed with the Promisium Lord is armed with a shock stave, las pistol, and a refractor field. Not too bad. Pyromagia, flamer, stub gun, cult icon, and refractor field. Not too bad. Cinders are armed with las pistol and an axe, or a las pistol and a maul. They've got to be armed the same way, and they're all of them are armed with photon flash grenades. Again, they are indentured fighters, will run away. Promisium Lord, Evade and Overseer. All leaders have the Overseer skill. Pyromagia, Nerves of Steel. Both Cinders have Spring Up. Right, okay, so that's the Pyromantic Conclave, or as they're also known, the Promethium Guild. So basically they provide all the energy for the Hive. It's one of the better alliances, along with the Water Guild. But again, in my personal opinion, guilds are not worth taking in the long run. They add complexity to your gang, which is fine if you want to do more bookkeeping. They add additional risk factors without a large amount of bonuses. Again, my opinion, the cons outrate the pros on all guilds. There isn't one so far in any of the books that is worth taking outside of being pretty models. That's it. Again, my opinion. I know a lot of people don't share it, but that's fine. You know, we can't all look for the same things. Right, there we go. That's 2 more guilds done. I've only got the 1 guild so far in the House of Faith book. What I'm going to do for that is I'm going to wait until the House of Shadow book drops, do the 2 guilds together, so therefore we have all the guilds 2, 4, 6. So the next series I'm going to start is going to be looking at the criminal alliances that you can take with the various books, going back again to House of Blades and House of Chains. I do want to thank everyone for taking time to watch this video. Thank you very much for your time. Please, if you can, give it a like and subscribe and leave a nice comment or a nasty comment. I don't mind either way. Thank you again for your time. Do take care of yourselves, and bye bye.